There are moments in life so painful that even heaven seems silent. Yet those very moments are what God will use to make your name echo through generations. There are things that happen to you, things you never deserved, things that left scars so deep you thought you'd never rise again. They lied, betrayed, and humiliated you. They tried to bury you under shame, rejection, and despair. But what they didn't know was that God was using their cruelty as the raw material for your calling. You see, the people who hurt you didn't just create wounds, they created witnesses. Every trial, every heartbreak, every sleepless night became a chapter in a story the world needs to hear. The very thing that tried to destroy you will be the thing that defines you. Your pain will become your platform. Your scars will become your signature, because when God lifts you, and He will, those who once whispered your downfall will have to watch your rise. The same crowd that mocked you will one day say, "I knew them." They'll claim connection to the very person they once rejected. That's the paradox of divine destiny. Humiliation always precedes elevation. So don't curse the chapter that broke you. Don't despise the betrayal. Don't hate the process. Because what they did to you, the lies, the abandonment, the cruelty, is the evidence that your story was too powerful to remain hidden. God allowed it because He plans to reveal you. And when He does, it won't just be success. It will be redemption on display. There's a crown coming for every tear you've shed. There's glory waiting behind every heartbreak. And when the world finally hears your story, they won't just see your pain. They'll see His power. Pain is never without meaning. The moments that broke you were not random. They were divine ingredients in the making of your story. Every tear, every betrayal, and every disappointment was a tool used to shape your strength. It may have felt like punishment, but it was actually preparation. The fire that almost consumed you was refining you, burning away fear, insecurity, and doubt, leaving only the purest version of who you were always meant to be. What hurt you was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to develop the character required to carry the greatness inside you. You see, pain has a strange way of revealing purpose. It forces you to face who you are when everything else is stripped away. When the applause fades, when the support disappears, when your plans crumble, that's when the truth of who you are is born. In that silence, in that suffering, God begins His deepest work. He takes the pieces of your pain and arranges them into a testimony powerful enough to shake the world. The process hurts because greatness always costs something. But the same storm that tried to sink you will one day carry your name to places you never imagined. You will look back one day and realize that what you thought was the end was actually the beginning of your transformation. The people who left, the situations that broke you, the seasons that felt endless. They were all chapters in a divine design. Your pain is the foundation upon which your purpose is built. You were being molded, not mistreated. So hold on through the suffering, because nothing you've endured will be wasted. Every scar holds a story, and every story holds power. The pain that once made you cry will soon make others believe. What once looked like tragedy will become your testimony. Proof that even in the darkest valley, purpose was being born in you. They tried to silence you because they sensed the power of your voice long before you did. They saw something in you that intimidated the darkness in them. Every lie, every betrayal, every attempt to discredit you was a strategy to mute your purpose. But what they didn't realize was that silence does not mean defeat. It means transformation. While they tried to bury you, they didn't know you were a seed. What they thought would end your voice only made it stronger, deeper, and more anointed. When people reject you, when they mock or misunderstand you, it's often because they can't handle the truth you carry. The enemy doesn't attack the empty, he attacks the chosen. Every attempt to silence you was evidence that your message carries weight. Your voice is not ordinary. It's a divine weapon. And that's why it's been under attack since the moment you discovered your calling. But even in the quiet, even when no one believed you, heaven was still recording your faithfulness. God was training your voice in the wilderness, preparing you for a stage that no man can take away. You might feel like no one listens, like your voice has been drowned out by opposition. But the silence was only setting the stage for your amplification. Every season of isolation is followed by divine exposure. Every time they tried to push you aside, they unknowingly pushed you closer to destiny. The more they tried to suppress your story, the louder heaven prepared it to echo. So don't despise the moments when it seemed like you had no audience. Your silence was the tuning ground for your strength. What they tried to silence will soon shake nations. Your voice carries healing, truth, and fire, and when the time comes, no force on earth will be able to quiet what God has decided to release through you. The very words they tried to stop will become the words that set others free. There is a reason your story carries such deep emotion. It was never meant to stay within you. The pain you endured, the nights you cried, the days you fought to keep going, they all carry healing for someone else. What broke you will become the very thing that restores others. Every experience, no matter how painful, has been preparing you to reach those who feel unseen, unheard, and unloved. Your story holds keys that can unlock freedom in people still trapped in the same battles you've already conquered. When you share your truth, something powerful happens. Hearts open. People begin to realize they are not alone. The shame that once silenced you becomes a source of courage for others. Your transparency gives them permission to hope again. They look at your survival and see that restoration is possible. You become living proof that no matter how dark life gets, light can still emerge. The very pain that tried to destroy you becomes the medicine others have been praying for. You were not chosen to suffer without purpose. Your trials are not wasted experiences. They are sacred lessons written in your spirit. Each scar you carry is a message that someone else needs to hear. When you speak from your wounds, your words carry an authority that theories can never match. You've lived what others are still trying to survive, and that's why your story matters. So, don't hide your past. Don't be ashamed of what you've endured. Let your scars speak, because someone's breakthrough depends on your courage to speak up. The healing you give away multiplies back into your own life. You are not just a survivor. You are a messenger of hope. Your story will heal hearts, mend faith, and remind the broken that even the deepest pain can produce the most powerful purpose. Rejection is one of the most painful experiences a person can face, yet it often carries divine direction within it. Every door that closed, every friendship that ended, every opportunity that slipped through your hands, none of it was a mistake. You weren't being punished, you were being guided. When people walked away from you, it wasn't because you weren't good enough. It was because they couldn't go where you're destined to go. God sometimes removes people and situations, not to harm you, but to protect the purpose inside you. It hurts when those you trusted turn their backs on you, when your loyalty is met with betrayal, or when your dreams fall apart right before your eyes. But rejection is often the clearest sign that you are being repositioned. What looked like loss was actually a redirection towards something better, something designed specifically for you. The path of destiny is rarely straight. It curves through seasons of pain, separation, and silence. Each no was heaven's way of saying, there's more. You see, if everything had worked out the way you planned, you might have settled for less than what was meant for you. Sometimes you have to be pushed out of comfort to step into calling. The places where you once begged to stay were never meant to contain your growth. The relationships that ended were never meant to last the entire journey. God knows when it's time to separate you, even when you don't. So stop mourning the doors that closed. Stop replaying the moments of rejection as if they define you. They were part of the divine rerouting that led you to your purpose. Every rejection was a redirection, every disappointment a doorway, every ending a beginning in disguise. The path that looked painful was actually pushing you into alignment. One day, you'll look back and realize that the people who walked away didn't break you. They freed you to become everything you were created to be. Your scars are not signs of weakness, they are evidence of survival. They tell the story of battles you faced and storms you endured. Every wound you carry represents a moment you could have given up, but didn't. The world often celebrates strength that looks polished and perfect. But true strength comes from pain that's been transformed into purpose. People may see your confidence today, but they don't know the nights you cried, or the prayers that kept you standing when everything else fell apart. Your scars are the proof that you've been through the fire and came out refined, not destroyed. There's a power that comes from walking through brokenness and finding your way back to wholeness. Your scars don't make you less. They make you real, relatable, and radiant. Others connect more deeply with your story of struggle than they ever could with your success. The world is full of people hiding their wounds, pretending to be fine. But what truly inspires others is honesty. The courage to say, yes, I've been hurt, but I'm still here. You see, scars are heaven's reminder that pain has an expiration date. What once bled now shines with wisdom and resilience. Every scar carries a message that you can rise again, that healing is possible, that even in your weakest moments, something divine was holding you together. The more you embrace your scars, the more they lose their power to shame you. They become your credentials, visible evidence that you've faced what others fear and still found hope on the other side. So wear your scars with pride. Don't hide them, honor them. They are symbols of victory, not defeat. When others see your scars, they see strength, endurance, and grace. Your scars will speak when your words cannot. They'll remind the world that brokenness can become beauty, and that the fire meant to destroy you only revealed who you truly are. Unshakable, chosen, and unstoppable. There will come a moment when everything you endured begins to make sense. Every tear, every betrayal, every silent season. All of it was leading to a divine unveiling. The same story they mocked will soon become the miracle they admire. People who once doubted you will be forced to witness your elevation. The pain that once embarrassed you will become the reason people are inspired by you. What you lived through was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you for exposure. Not worldly fame, but divine recognition. God doesn't waste suffering. He hides those he's preparing. While others were being seen, you were being shaped in secret. The isolation you felt wasn't rejection. It was refinement. You were being taught how to depend on faith when there was nothing else left to hold on to. And now, that private pain will lead to a public purpose. When the time is right, what was hidden will be revealed. And the story you thought was your downfall will become your divine debut. Those who underestimated you will have to rethink everything they believed about you. The same people who walked past your struggle will one day stop and listen to your testimony. The same places that once ignored your voice will soon echo your name. But this isn't about pride. It's about purpose. When God lifts you up, it's not to glorify you, but to glorify what He's done through you. Your story will travel further than you ever imagined. It will touch lives, awaken hearts, and ignite faith in those who thought they were too broken to begin again. Divine exposure is never rushed. It happens when your spirit is ready to carry what your pain has prepared you for. The season of hiding is ending. The world is about to see the masterpiece that was being formed in the shadows. What they did to you will no longer define you. It will elevate you. What they did to you was meant for your destruction, but it became the doorway to your destiny. Your story will not end in pain. It will end in power, and the world will know your name, not because of what you suffered, but because of how you overcame.